Hi, this is Noma Dimitri from the Alpine Garden, and today I'm going to show you how to deadhead hydrangeas or hortensias, as they're also known, the French name. But more importantly, I will also explain to you why you do it and how exactly to do it in my effort, as usual, with all my other videos on deadheading plants, to help you understand something about the biology or the botany of the plant, so that you can also address other problems and you can understand why you're doing something instead of blindly following instructions. Just do this, clip this, and all that. It's very, very good to have a global understanding of how a plant functions, how it flowers, how it reflowers, what are the signs, what to look for when you see it suffering, and try to understand what's going on with the plant in general, so you can be good to it and it can be good to you again. And speaking of good, hydrangeas or hortensias are an especially giving plant. The flowers that we see here, almost at their very end, have been around for more than a month. So this is a plant in which you benefit from the glory of the flowers for a very, very long time, a month and a half, if the plant is happy, is is common. So this contrasts with a rose, which will look really good for about a week to 10 days maximum. So be good to your hydrangea and she'll be good to you as well. Now, deadheading itself is nothing. It just means you take your secateurs and you basically cut the flowers off. Okay. Now, how you do it, when you do it, what to look for, when to stop doing it, is what I'm going to discuss with the rest of the video. So if you don't have time and you want to go ahead with your life and stop watching this video right now, go ahead and stop. Just cut off the flowers and you've deadhead your hydrangea. But if you want to understand much more about why you would do it and how the plant will reflower, stay with us right here. I also want to point out that I have another video on hydrangeas, which is about turning the flowers blue. And what you do to make them blue. So if you're interested in having your hydrangea make blue flowers, then you can watch that one as well. Right now, the flowers are starting to die. They still look nice. I mean, that's a pretty nice flower, but they're losing their color. They're becoming pale and less vigorous. Let me see. There are some that are still blue ones. The blue is the first thing to start going away. You see, there's still some ones that have some blue on them, but then the rest are starting to bleach. The blue goes away and they start to become kind of pinkish, and then they start to become kind of yellow. I'll bring one that I've cut already right in front of you, and you can see the various tones. You can see a little bit of blue here and there, then you can see a little bit of pink here and there, and then yellow or green flowers. It's very, very interesting how that works. It is very much related to how leaves turn orange and yellow and red in the fall. What goes on is, in order to create color in flowers, the plant injects the flowers with pigments. These pigments are composed of different components. They're expensive for the plant to make. It's a big effort, and it makes the effort, of course, in order to attract insects. Flowers are for insects originally, not for us, and they are a big broadcast sign that says to the insect, choose me, come here, pollinate me. So what happens is, as the flower, the advertisement that the flower is works, and the flowers become pollinated, then there's no reason to maintain this expensive part of the plant still alive. So the flower starts to die. It has succeeded in what it was made for pollination, and then it can die. As it dies, the various pigments that created the flowers, this flower that I'm holding here used to be completely blue, start to degrade. Uh, in the case of the fall and the leaves, some of the pigments get reabsorbed back to the plant. In the case of hydrangea, we don't think this really happens. There's not much science on it, but we don't think that the pigments are actually reabsorbed in the plant. More likely, they just degrade. That means the plant pulls the plug on the creation and the maintenance of the pigment, and the pigment just degrades, and you have this bleachy look. But as you can see, the flowers are still very nice looking. And so if you are happy with just that, or if they come too late in the season to hope for reflowering, then you can just let them be even longer than this particular stage. You're not hurting the plant by letting them be. Okay, it's not like they're going to create a fruit or something like that that's going to take away the energy of the plants, as is the case, for example, with lilies, about which deadheading which I have a video also available if you're interested. So this is what happens to the hydrangeas, and it's your choice when to get rid of them, if you want to get rid of them. If you've arrived at this stage in the beginning of August, let's say, and you live in a place that still has a nice September, then you should most likely deadhead them, because you'll have the benefit of having new flowers. And that's very, very nice, because they'll come out very bright and blue and gorgeous. And they will last another month and a half or so. So that's a good reason for deadheading. You should refrain, however, from deadheading them too late. Let's say if your cold season starts mid-October or late October, then you should stop deadheading them by near the end of August. Because you don't want to waste the buds. You don't want to waste the buds that make the flower. You don't want to waste them on a flower that you're not going to enjoy, and therefore lose from the flower of next season. So be careful about that particular timing, but it's relatively easy to remember. The other thing I want to point out here is that these flowers, big as they are, they're also heavy. So these plants have been bred for large flowers, so their stems actually cannot really support them. They're so heavy, so they just tend to fall off. In this case, I don't know if you can see it, I'll get closer. I have built a basket, a huge wicker basket that goes all around the plant to keep these things from falling. So this way, if I go a little further, so you can see there's a wicker basket all around these flowers, and they are being held a little bit from falling, but they still fall. There are other tricks you can do. You can put sticks to prop them up, but then you see sticks. I prefer to see wicker basket and them being more effective. If the plant is very, very mature and there's lots of stems all around, then like over here that you see on this side where I'm pointing, then some of the other stems will hold the flowers together and they will not all flop. But it's very, very common for them to flop like you see here, and it doesn't mean that they're sick or anything else. It just means that the flowers are heavy, and so when you deadhead them, the canes will go up. So finally, what is the last little technical thing to remember? It is, where do you snip them off? Okay, if you really don't give a damn, you can just snip them off at the base of the plant, of the flower right here, where the flowers just join in. You can just You can just snip them off here. But if you care for reflowering, then you should snip them at the place where the next flower bud is. So basically, in this particular branch of where the leaf branches out of the stem, right here where my thumb is, if you see a little bump like a little grain of rice coming out here, that's the next flower bud or leaf bud. And so you should cut just where I'm holding it right here, right above it, a centimeter or so above this bud that is here, and then you will have the new flower and the new leaves. So if you're careless, just chop them off, chop the flowers off as you want. But if you want to be very good to the plant and to yourself for further leaves and flowers, then look at the buds and chop just before the bud. That is all. Happy gardening. I hope you understood what you need to understand about the botany of this beautiful plant. And remember, Hydrangea is very, very generous with her flowers. So if you're nice to her, she'll be nice to you. Happy gardening.